This is a bulk cargo shipment. Bulk shipment is a transportation of grain, ore, crude oil, refined oil, and other raw materials in an unpackaged state and is usually shipped as bulk cargo or single cargo on a dedicated vessel. This shipment originates in the transportation of large quantity of raw materials, food, etc. from colony. These are types of break bulk cargo. Bulk cargo is divided into dry bulk, liquid bulk, and break bulk. The dry bulk included iron ore, coal, grain, wood, etc. It has a large transport unit per voyage, and the main shippers are large iron company or power company. In Korea, there are POSC and Korea Electric Power Corporation. The liquid bulk includes crude oil, petroleum products, liquefied natural gas, and liquefied petroleum gas, but most of it is crude oil. In the case of LNG, the route is limited and the freight rate is very high. The break bulk is cargo that cannot be transported in containers due to its weight or size and is shipped directly to bulk vessel. This is a real case. It is cargo transported in break bulk from port of Gunsan in the Korea to port of Karachi in the Pakistan. Construction material for drainage construction and a total volume is 5,000 cbm. Look at the forklift in the hold. The forklift moves through the crane before work and also through the crane after work. It is a cargo transported in a break bulk from port of Houston in the USA to Busan port. The cargo shown in the picture is a shipbuilding materials and weight 40 tons. We discharge the cargo on a barge at Gamcheon Port, Busan, where a lot of bulk cargo is handled, stored in the barge for about a month, and then delivered it to the importer. In Yeongdo Island, where the Korea Maritime University is located, there was a facility and a place to berth the barge for a long time, so we stored the cargo there. The fact that we put the cargo on a barge and stored it means that it is a safe place from dangers such as waves. It is a cargo transported in break bulk from port of Masan in the Korea to port of Bandar Abbas in the Iran. It is a flange for wind generators. Weight is 153 tons and volume is 260 cbm. Coal stacked on the flange are cargo from other exporter. It is a cargo transported in a break bulk from port of Shanghai in the China to port of Masan in the Korea. It is a shipbuilding part. Weight is 66 tons. When the unloading of this product, the visible trailer is called a low bed trailer. This equipment is a trailer used to transport heavy cargo. This is a photo of the heat exchanger transported from Busan port to Izmir, Turkey. We loaded a total of 26 heat exchangers on a deck and on the deck and transported them. On deck is mean that the cargo was loaded on deck. On the deck is mean that the cargo was loaded on the deck. Due to their heavy weight and long length, inland transportation and terminal discharging loading in Korea took a lot of time and was a risky transport. This is a photo of the shell freight etc. for LNG equipment from Wonsan port in the Korea to Vancouver port in the Canada. total volume is 2,177 cbm. What is unusual is that the importer of the cargo is 2,000 kilometers away from the port of Vancouver. It was delivered to the importer by truck from Vancouver port, but it took 3 to 4 days. This is a video about freight bulk shipment. It is a video of a logistics company called Linus Logistics, which shows the contents of the loading bulk cargo on a freight bulk ship. Freight bulk in Rotterdam, multiple locations in the port of Rotterdam. They handle the stored freight bulk and bulk commodity, mixed cargo, heavy lift and project cargo, and container. When required, they also take care of inland shipping, three-modal transport, and customs formality with their in-house customs department. It is a video of a logistics company called PSA Antwerp, which shows the contents of loading bulk cargo on a break bulk ship at Antwerp Port Terminal. This is on air transportation. Air transportation, it got passenger and cargo on the plane transportation system operating from domestic and international airport to the other airport. Air cargo excluding passengers, baggage, and mail then or cargoes transported by airway bill. I will explain the airway bill in detail in the next chapter. The development of flight technology reduced the concept of space and increased trade through rapid transportation. The growth factor of air transportation are as below. Increase the number of commodity, improving the quality of transportation service, change in the perception of the supplier, reduction in fare, demand development effort and increase agent role, changes in international division of labor and inventory policy. It is a comparison of air freight and sea freight. About quickness, air freight is for short-term demand and sea freight is for long-term demand. In terms of safety, air freight is high and sea freight is low. Air freight is economical terms, high freight, low packaging cost, low insurance premium rate, and additional cost other than freight is low. Otherwise, it is a sea freight in economic terms, low freight, high packaging cost, high insurance premium rate, high volume freight charge, and additional other variable costs are incurred. This is the target commodity of transportation. As an item that requires urgent delivery, which urgent demand has occurred, the short-term transportation of goods due to their nature and miss the timing of the sale, the value of product decreased. Cargo with a higher added value with freight burden compared to weight. Air transportation is cheaper or same as the other transportation modes at the request of material distribution management or marketing strategy. Air freight transportation procedure. The time when the shipper signed the airway bill 8WB and the airline or its agent signed the courier sign the time of acquisition. If 8WB was issued, proof that the cargo was received. Items should be checked when taking over air cargo. Quantity, weight, volume, measurement, weight, and packaging, marking, labeling. Have to check whether booking status, AWB correctness, related document attached, loading possibility, cut-off time, etc. when filing of document. AWB is airway bill. For freight receipt issued by an airline when it transport cargoes by air and bill of lading in sea transportation. The carriage contract is at the time of issuing the airway bill and this appears as soon as the cargo is delivered to the consignee specified under AWB. Description of material necessary for the smooth performance of proper cargo handling and freight settlement at each point through the origin, transit, and destination of the cargo. It is a comparison between airway bill and bill of lading. Airway bill should be issued with an air shipment and the bill of lading should be issued with a sea shipment. AWB is a simple receipt of goods, otherwise BL is a negotiable security. It means that BL is a title of ownership of goods. AWB should be issued after the complete consignment has been received. BL should be issued after consignment has been shipped on board on a vessel and the same vessel. This is a photo of the professional equipment from Frankfurt Airport in the Germany to Incheon Airport in the Korea. Look at the cargo in the container and how it was loaded on the plane. For your information, the air freight market treat over 5 tons are heavy goods. This is a photo of the rubber bladder for a waterway dam from Incheon Airport to Vancouver Airport via Seattle Airport. Due to high dimension and weight, cargo should be arranged in the Seattle Airport, and from Seattle Airport to Vancouver Airport was transported by a truck. It was possible transportation because Seattle Airport and Vancouver Airport were adjacent. This is a video about Incheon International Airport. It is a video of Incheon Airport which shows a smart air logistics hub and cargo process. You can understand the import and export process, etc. easily.
Incheon International Airport, a leading airport of Northeast Asia. But did you know? The air cargo procedure at Incheon Airport is both fast and efficient. All goods listed on e-document manifests are swiftly declared electronically, and their entry is confirmed when the flight arrives. After they are unloaded, they are transported to a cargo terminal. When perishable goods arrive by air, they are prioritized and processed first, and then moved to freezers, refrigerators, thermal, and hydrostat facilities. Cargo stored by transshipments and imports are categorized by ETV and go through the breakdown process. Then, their information is entered on a tablet and instantly shared to all relevant parties through our own system. Export process. Once cargo arrives at a terminal, it is weighed, security screened, and loaded. If it is marked as dangerous goods, an explosive expert performs the security screening. Categorized cargo is loaded to ULD and transported after being fastened by nets. Most cargo departs from Incheon Airport within 24 hours. Air cargo by Incheon International Airport. Why is the world paying attention? First, Incheon Airport offers a worldwide network connected with all major cities. Second, the cargo terminals and Airport Logistics Park have been designated as a free trade zone. When using the Global Distribution Center, our optimal process makes instant exporting possible for cross-border e-commerce. Thirdly, as the volume of cargo increases, Incheon Airport is fully equipped with facilities to process it. Fourth, in order to handle perishable goods, we provide ideal conditions. In particular, for perishable goods arriving from aircraft belly, a cool cargo center has been installed. Transit time and cost can be saved. Fifth, we also offer a 100% paperless customs process for imports and exports, and a swift clearance system that operates 24/7. Before, duty payment may have taken more than 4 days, but now it's just 10 minutes. Refunds can be processed in about 5 minutes. It is truly simpler and better. Now you know, right? Incheon International Airport is always ready to provide the finest services.
It is a video of Incheon Airport, which shows the global distribution center for e-commerce. Incheon International Airport is focusing on plans to attract global distribution center. Ideal location for logistics, stable customs environment, same-day shipping, can do saving shipping time and cost.
As online shopping develops around the world, cross-border e-commerce is thriving. This isn't thanks to fast, safe delivery by air. Incheon International Airport is focusing on plans to attract global distribution centers for international online shopping malls. By bringing goods on site in advance, individual orders can be filled and sent out using our optimized distribution system as products are ordered. For global distribution centers running international e-businesses, Incheon Airport is more competitive, situated in an ideal location to minimize shipping costs. With its swift clearance process and stable logistics environment, along with a well-equipped infrastructure for air distribution that it sets apart. From now on, at Incheon Airport, same-day shipping is possible through our stable customs environment, increasing credibility in an ideal location for logistics, maximizing profits by saving shipping time and costs. Incheon Airport aims to create a GDC cluster in the free trade zone, attracting the largest GDCs used by global sellers. The newest cargo hub for Asia's global e-commerce, Incheon International Airport Cargo, has been completely renovated.
This is a sea and air transportation. This is a multimodal transportation that combines sea transportation and air transportation. It is a transportation method that combines low cost for sea transportation and quickness for air transportation, guaranteeing low cost and speed, shortening the number of days and lead time, and reducing required freight. As you can see in the picture, it is a route where cargo is transported by sea from Busan to the west coast of North America, Los Angeles or Vancouver, and it is transported from the west coast to destination Europe or Central and South America. This is a model that allows exporters to use ship and air with low price and fast shipping. I would like to explain about sea and air transportation by comparing transportation time and freight. For example, let's say a cargo weighing 1 ton and with a volume of 5 cbm is transported from Busan to Vienna, Austria. First, in terms of time, the total number of sailing days from sea transportation is 34 days. This cargo departs from Busan port on June 12, arrive at the port of Hamburg July 7th, and arrive in Vienna on July 15 via inland transportation. In the case of sea and air transportation, the cargo departs from Busan port on June 12, arrives at Vancouver port on the west coast of America on June 24, and arrives in Vienna on June 30 through air transportation from Vancouver airport to Vienna. This transportation takes 19 days in total, resulting in a reduction of 15 days. In terms of cost, air shipping is $3.5 per kilogram. Sea and air shipping is $2.4 per kilogram, thereby saving $1.1 per kilogram. Sea and air transportation is a combined freight that reduces transportation costs and cover goods that have been transported through air transportation, such as LCD TVs, machine parts, port, and textile as the main target. The two maps are showing transportation routes from Manila, Philippines to Tianjin, China. The left-hand side map is showing the before transportation route, while the right-hand side map is presenting the alternative transportation route. In Korea, the alternative transportation route is adopted by the freight forwarder to overcome managerial challenges and enable shippers to avoid supply chain disruption. Previously, cargoes from Manila to Tianjin were transported by air, but have faced with the airspace and air transport route. Currently, cargoes from Manila to Tianjin are transported in Incheon by utilizing truck and ferries to overcome the aforementioned issue. This way, freight forwarder can avoid supply chain disruption by utilizing Korean airport, seaport, and inland transportation, and as a result, reduce lead time by utilizing ferries from Korea to China in comparison with container ship. Incheon to Tianjin by container ship takes 3 to 4 days, but Incheon to Tianjin by ferries take 1 day. Car ferries provide simultaneous transport of passengers, cargoes, and automobile. Car ferries enable just-in-time delivery to small and urgent cargo, as it has version of priority over the other ship in case of port congestion.
The German multinational Worth, a leading assembly and fixing material specialist, has expanded its installations in La Rioja, Spain. This 70,000 square metre logistics centre has been developed specifically for national product supply. Mechalux put together this turnkey project, setting up a multi-solution design that more than meets the growing needs of Worth. One of the big advantages of our Mechalux installation is that in just 3,500 square meters we can store up to 15,000 pallets. In the pallet rack warehouse we ran before, frankly, this would have been impossible. This distribution centre, built adjacent to the company's existing warehouses, consists of a middle installation and a 26-metre high, 115-metre long warehouse with 5 stacker cranes. We have worked side by side with the engineers and project managers from Mechalux to keep this project running smoothly, meaning the works never affected the customer service we give at Worth Spain. Mechalux took care of everything, down to the last detail, even using Worth's company colours for the racks. The result is a clad rack warehouse that holds more than 15,000 pallets and another 2-floor interconnected installation. On the lower level, goods are received and dispatched from the 12 loading docks. This floor also includes a conveyor circuit with 3 product entry points and 2 exit points. One of these input lines includes an automated system to place slave pallets when the original pallets are not in good shape. Pallets flow along the conveyors, arriving to a gauge control that checks the condition of the pallet, its gaps, skids and weight. Here, a scanner also reads and sends the pallet's information to the warehouse management system, so the goods can be approved for input into the automated warehouse. Once the pallet passes this review process, it rides a lift to the upper floor to be inserted into the warehouse. Goods are slotted into the installation by an electrified monorail system that moves the pallets into the warehouse and ensures workflows of 300 pallets an hour, 150 inputs and 150 outputs. Pallet outputs are carried out by the conveyors and electrified monorails, which shift pallets to a lift that lowers them to the bottom floor where dispatches take place. 2 picking stations are enabled right in front of the electrified monorails for low and medium rotation products. These twin workstations are fitted with vacuum lift equipment to assist operators, since products prepared at these posts can be hard to handle. Operators can prepare several orders at a time through this system. Once the required product is taken from the pallet is sent back to the automated warehouse. Another pallet conveyor system on the upper floor includes a reversible input-output line. This conveyor is linked to the pre-existing warehouse through a pallet lift that lowers pallets to the bottom floor. Picking of consumer products takes place in this warehouse. The whole system is controlled by the Mechalux Easy WMS software that works jointly with Wurst computer system to track and manage all goods as they flow from inputs, outputs and storage. The installation is organized and monitored by a management system that uses video surveillance to oversee the different warehouse zones. Choosing the right partner was crucial. We wanted a company we could identify with who could meet our long-term storage needs as we grew. Mechalux is the ideal company to do business with for all our logistics expansions. Mechalux supplied Würth with a brand range of solutions through its in-house development and manufacturing, achieving better storage capacity, raising quality and streamlining customer service. But this is just the first step in a project that will continue to spearhead expansion as it has from day one.
This is Ro-Ro shipment. Ro-Ro is an abbreviation of roll on and roll off, and is a cargo ship that transports the truck, trailer, or general vehicle loading cargo. This is a vessel that vehicles can directly embark and disembark without using a separate crane. This vessel has the advantage of reducing the lead time of embarking and disembarking vehicles, reducing the loading and unloading costs, and reducing the risk of damage to the cargo. It can also prevent the collapse of loaded items and theft of cargo. This ship has this advantage in that the cargo capacity is reduced due to the excessive waste of capacity. In order to ship cargo on a Ro-Ro ship, you must check the following and provide the information the carriers in advance. 1. The type and quantity of cargo. 2. The volume and weight of cargo. In the case of cargo without its own power, the shape of the cargo floor. 3. Whether or not there is an appropriate securing point. 4. Where the cargo is self-powered or not. The reason is that self-powered cargo can be driven directly into the ship. If the cargo is not self-powered, it must be loaded into a MAPI and moved into the ship. 5. Whether the part of loading and arrival are equipped with the appropriate equipment for safe and natural unloading of non-powered cargo. 6. Photos and drawings relate to the cargo. And 7. Other information relate to the special treatment according to the exporter instruction, dangerous good, etc. This is a picture of a cow called crankshaft transported from Busan port to port of Koper port in Slovenia through a Ro-Ro ship. Since the weight of the cargo was 64 tons, we did not transport it through a container ship, but it safely transported it through a Ro-Ro ship. This is a picture of transporting cargo inland from the exporter factories to the multi-purpose terminal of Busan New Port through a low-bed trailer and loading the cargo on the unloading equipment called MAPI using a crane at the multi-purpose terminal of New Port. At this time, you need to shore and latch the cargo on the MAPI to prevent the cargo from moving during the voyage. The tugmaster equipment is used to tow and move the MAPI into the ship. After moving the cargo to the ship, the MAPI, the cargo and the bottom of the ship should be tightly fixed, latching and securing to prevent the cargo and the MAPI from moving during the voyage. For this reason, Ro-Ro transportation has the advantage of safely transporting cargo. Please watch this video about Ro-Ro ship. This video helps you understand the Ro-Ro ship transportation easily. It is a video of a shipping company called Wallenius Wilhelmsen Ocean. Ro-Ro vessels are designed and optimized to transport auto rolling equipment and breakbulk cargo. The Ro-Ro option provides secure and efficient operation as less lifting is required and the operations are not weather dependent. Please watch this video about loading high and heavy cargo on board Höegh Africa. It is a video of a shipping company called Höegh Autoline. I will talk about ferry shipment. A car ferry is a vessel that can transport passengers, cargo, and automobiles at the same time. It is a vessel capable of transporting containers, ferries, and automobiles while providing cruise service. The service characteristics of ferry transportation are on-time operation and fast delivery. This allows the ship to dock proportionally compared to cargo ship in case a port is congested, so it can provide appropriate service for LCL and urgent delivery. It is also responsible for the direct transportation of raw and subsidiary materials to small and medium-sized factories in China and Japan. This is the current status of Korea-China car ferries opened between Korea and China. It provides service to Weihai, Tianjin, Qingdao, Dalian, Dandong, Yantai, Longcheng, and Lianyungang, etc. The oldest route is between Incheon and Weihai, which started in 1990 by Widong Shipping. Between Pyeongtaek and Rizhao route was started in 2011, which operated by Rizhao Ferry. This is the SWOT analysis of car ferry operation between Korea and China. Strengths are on time and quickness of ferry, easy securing of hot delivery cargo, and cost effective than air transportation. Weaknesses are allowing too much entry into the ferry market and higher cost of operation, such as higher fuel cost than container ships. Opportunities are increasing in transportation demand due to expansion of the trade between and China, increase in school trips, and group tourists in Korea. Freight decline trend due to excessive competition among car ferry companies, deterioration of profitability due to increase in operation costs, such as oil price. This is the current status of Korea-Japan car ferries opened between Korea and Japan. It provides service to Shimonoseki, Hakata, Osaka, Nagoya, Tokyo, etc. The oldest route is between Busan and Shimonoseki, which started in 1970s. For passenger transport and cargo, approximately 110 TEU per voyage are handled. For the route between Hakata and Busan, the carrier Camellia handles 520 passengers and 220 TEU per voyage. Large cities such as Osaka, Nagoya, and Tokyo provide service to from Busan by the Penta Cruise. This is a promotional video for Camellia Line, which operates a route between Busan and Hakata. This video will help you understand more about ferry transportation. I would like to explain about PKLB service. PKLB service is a combined transportation service with the route between Korea and China and between Korea and Japan. The service provides sea transportation from Shidao Port in China to Gunsan Port in Korea by ferry and inland transportation within Korea, providing sea transportation service by ferry from Busan Port to Osaka Port. As a land bridge between Korea, China, and Japan, this route takes 3 days from Shandong, China to Osaka, Japan. This takes 2 days by air and 6 days by container ship. This service has the advantage of fast delivery and functionality and can reduce cost to a level similar to the cost of using a conventional freighter. The main cargo including clothing, fresh food, and electronic products which have a high turnover rate. This is an axial schedule. This ferry departed Shidao Port in China at 6 on Monday and arrived at Gunsan Port, South Korea 9 on Tuesday. This is a schedule where the cargo arrives in Osaka at 10 on Wednesday if the cargo arrives in Busan Port through inland transportation depart at 3. This service is a comparative transportation that can replace the traditional air transportation and cargo ship transportation.